Hi, it's KCCK's Culture Crawl. I'm Dennis Green, and my guests today are from the upcoming Icon, which is the Cedar Rapids Sci-Fi and Fantasy Convention. Say hi to Patch Casey and Brian Anderson. Welcome to you both.
Thanks.
Thanks so much.
So the idea of the Sci-Fi Con. Now, this is this 47? Did you say?
Yeah, this is Icon 47. So we are Iowa's longest running science fiction convention. Let's see, it's
47, whenever that would be.
1975?
76.
76.
76, I believe.
And for those who really like ancient history, our own Denny Lynch, who is a movie reviewer on KCCK for years and years, and still pops in occasionally from his new home in Florida, was a member of, I don't know if he was one of the founders, but
Yes.
I think he was.
Yes.
Yes.
Yep.
Back in and has been associated with the convention for all this time. Was in Iowa City for a long time, and now has been in Cedar Rapids for quite some time. So for those of a slightly less nerdy environment than those of us, the three of us here in this room, because the KCCK listeners will know that of all the nerds at KCCK, I am the king of the nerds, and a past attendee at Icon. It's always a blast. But for those who aren't aware, what happens at a con?
What doesn't?
That has been my experience.
I can answer this a bit from a bit of a newbie perspective, because I moved out here in 2015 and I had no idea what I could do out here. I had graduated from co-college up north and then moved back home. I'm from the Chicago area, western suburbs, not actually the city itself. But I came back out to Iowa City, and I didn't know anybody much, and
You're looking for your tribe.
looking for my people, yeah. So I managed that eventually. I was wandering around the Iowa City Book Festival, and I saw a science fiction convention booth, and I wandered up, and it turned out the guest of honor was pretty much one of my favorite authors, Sean McGuire, and that was back in Icon 41, and I signed up pretty much right there and then, because I was like, I have to do this. And I did the cardinal mistake of all newbies coming to a sci-fi convention, or really any convention of fans, and I did not plan myself rest or meal breaks. I fried myself like a fried egg, but it was so fun. There's panels where people talk about different types of topics. Icon had its origins as a literary convention because of the association with Joe Haldeman, who wrote The Forever War.
And a graduate of the U of I Writers Workshop.
Yeah. Also, didn't he teach?
Yes.
He taught at
He
U
was
of
a
I for a
professor
while, too.
when he started Icon.
Yeah.
Yep.
So I was running around with a bunch of people who are all fans of science fiction in the form of books and literary media, but also like expanding out into screenplay, shows, comic books, anime, all that. So there's a little bit of everything for Icon. It's kind of a nice catch-all.
Brian, you have a pretty long history with the con too, I think, don't you?
Yeah, we started coming, my wife and I, in Icon 21. So, yeah, and then we started being on staff somewhere a couple of years after that. So, yeah, I've been around a long while.
So con is short for convention, so a lot of the things that you would normally think of happen at a convention or conference happen. There are panels.
Yes.
There's a place where you can buy stuff.
Oh, goodness.
Oh, yes.
Most of the conferences I've been to have not generally featured a masquerade party, but that happens because cosplay is a thing.
Yeah, and the costume folks in Icon they put so much into it, and there's like I love that there's a gamut that you run from there was a guy who, I can't remember if it was Icon 41 or 42, made an entire Darth Vader costume out of duct tape. And on the other end, there's people who have been working on their costume for literal years. And I don't know, it's brilliant how much effort and how much joy people get out of, what some people would call, childish. And,
Oh, it's not childish.
No.
People may be young at heart, but yeah, the quality of the costumes that you see at something like this is amazing. Now, we mentioned that Joe Haldeman is very famous, Hugo-Award winning sci-fi author, was the founder of the convention, and he and his wife come back every year. But over the years, there have been a lot of sci-fi luminaries, but I think that this year landed a big fish, who is going to be the guest of honor.
Yeah.
Indeed.
Yeah, it all started with talking to somebody at the convention who knows Nicholas Meyer personally, because he tends his special collection at the University of Iowa. And he was talking about what a fun guy is to hang around, and I just said, well, would he come to Icon? He's like, I bet he would. And then he says, you need to talk to so-and-so. Monica knows him from the Sherlock Holmes community. So he's a Star Trek guy, he's a Sherlock Holmes guy, he's a Hollywood guy, movie director, producer, TV also. And so we're really excited. It's going to cover so many fandoms and so many interests, and it really fits into our Prime Universe thing.
Monica is Monica Schmidt, who is well known on KCCK as one of the hosts of our Talking Pictures movie review program. And those who listen very carefully know that Monica is a Sherlockian of national stature. And Nicholas Meyer, the author of the 7% Solution book and movie, which kind of sort of kicked off the whole Sherlock Holmes pastiche, retell his legend in new and modern ways. That was kind of the first one. He's been involved in all the best Star Trek movies, Star Trek 2, Star Trek 4, Star Trek 6, and I'd kind of forgotten this, but he also wrote and directed The Morning After, or The Day After.
The Day After, yes.
Which was the post-nuclear war miniseries that ran on ABC some years ago and was just a hugely affecting thing.
A TV movie that literally changed the course of history.
Yeah.
As well, I was looking into everything that he's done because he's done so much, and I noticed that he also wrote the screenplay for the film Time After Time, which is based on the novel of the same name. What I didn't realize is that he and Carl Alexander were writing their respective versions of the story in tandem. That Nicholas Meyer optioned the story for film as soon as he had read something like 3 or 4 pages of it, and so they were actually writing both versions of the story at the same time. So they ended up with a really I haven't seen it yet because I haven't been able to track it down, but I hear is a really good story on both ends.
As I said, big fish. Probably one of the highest profile guests that's been around for a while. So congratulations on that get.
Thank you.
We're
that
pretty
is
excited.
that is awesome. And I think we're going to get Nicholas Meyer in studio to talk a little bit as we get closer to the convention. So excited about that. But there will be an opportunity. And the thing, I guess, you should know about things like Icon is that you can come, you can be a part of the convention, but if you want to meet Nicholas Meyer, you'll have gobs of chances because he'll just be hanging out.
Yeah.
Yep.
And everybody who's a guest, the professional, the guest of honor is what they're called. They're it's not like they hide in their hotel rooms and then come down just to give their lecture. They're there all the time.
Yeah, and one of the great things about Icon, because it is a fan-run con, we are based in the Iowa City, Cedar Rapids corridor with our sister conventions, GammaCon and Anime Iowa, is you don't have necessarily those long lines that you hear about in some of the bigger conventions like Gen Con and such. And so if you want, you can buy his books in the dealer hall, and after a panel, just walk right up and ask, hey, I have a pen here. Would you like to sign this?
So we've met. So Icon is coming up, and it's still a few weeks out. We're
Yeah.
still a few weeks away. It's the weekend of October 14th. Yes.
Yep.
But one of the reasons that we're talking early is you've got an early bird registration deadline coming up.
That is right. We are we offer a discounted registration before convention because it gives us the opportunity to say, hey, this is really cool stuff, and it lets people lock down, a hotel room as well. There's discounted. We have a room block with the Marriott that we work with that discounts. And so people can lock down and make sure that they can be there and stay there and then enjoy the whole weekend without frying themselves like a fried egg. Like certain people in this room.
So that you could, take a break. Take a comfy break in your hotel room every now and again.
Yes.
Just a little.
And so what is the early bird registration deadline? What date is that?
That is the 22nd of September. So, gosh, that's 10 days away.
Yeah, coming up pretty soon.
It's coming right up.
So the Icon 47, the Prime Universe, and again, the astute KCCK listener will know this is that I am a parallel universe guy. I wrote 3 books about parallel universes, so this is right up my alley. So I haven't been for a few years, so I'm really excited to come back. I get to come as an author guest. So thank you for letting me play author again, because I haven't done that for since the pandemic started. But I guess
we should be thanking you.
But more importantly, I should say. So I mentioned Monica. From Talking Pictures, who is involved in the conference. But Ron Adkins and Hollis Monroe and me are going to do a panel on music in sci-fi. Because, like I said, we are all nerds here at KCCK, and really looking forward to that and all the other panels. I haven't been for a while, but this is always a blast. And I guess the thing I would say to the closet nerds in our audience is, it's fun and also very welcoming. It's not we hear a lot about toxic fandom and about how these days I got to ask you some questions before I decide you're a real fan or not. That is not this group at all.
Yeah, and if you did, I would fail because I'm the kind of nerd who spreads my nerddom among many things and don't do those deep dives. I respect the deep divers. I cannot do.
And fun for all ages too.
Absolutely.
I mean, obviously, if you've got middle school, I would say middle school and teenage kids, you should come as a family.
Yeah.
But it's definitely something that anybody in the family can enjoy.
Oh yeah.
Oh, absolutely. We have.
If you're old enough to read and enjoy sci-fi and fantasy, you're old enough to come to the con.
Or, hang out with the huge blow-up dragon or the big TARDIS that are going to be there.
It's a blow-up dragon.
Or our art show puts on a bunch of programming for folks to just hang out and do art. I think one of the ones we're doing this year is a popsicle sticks TARDIS.
Oh,
so you can build your own little structures out of popsicle sticks. We do stuff with Legos. I don't think there's melty beads this year.
Haven't heard.
I'm not sure, but we love having folks of any age come because people who come when they're younger, they remember that this is a good safe place to hang out, and then they bring their friends and that people talk to people. That's how we survive as a fan-run, fan-supported convention.
Icon 47, the Prime Universe, is coming up October 14th through the 16th at the Marriott in Cedar Rapids. And the deadline for early bird registration and also the block of hotel rooms is September 22nd, yes?
Yes.
So coming up. Hope you'll join everybody for that. I know that several of us from KCCK are going to make a weekend of it. And, of course, as we get closer, we're also going to have a conversation with Nicholas Meyer, which I am hugely looking forward to. Where can we find more information about the con online or on social media, Brian?
Yes, we have our website is iowa-icon.com, and our Facebook page is I don't remember.
It's at Iowa Icon. So then our Twitter is the same handle except icon is capitalized because that matters in Twitter. So we are at Iowa Icon on Facebook and Twitter. We are iowa-icon.com, and we just debuted a nice shiny new website. So that'll be we're still working out a couple of the kinks. Pardon our dust, but it's the place to find everything you need.
All right. Yep. Well, thanks again for being with me today, and looking forward to hanging out as we get closer to the con.
Yeah, thanks for having us.
Looking forward to seeing you there.
You can hear the Culture Crawl live on the radio many weekdays at 10:20, or download the podcast, watch or listen on your own schedule at kcck.org/culture, or however you get your podcasts. I'm Dennis Green, and I'll talk to you later.